you're unlikely to find yourself staring down the barrel at an angry grizzly. But as with most things in life, it's best to follow the Boy Scouts and be prepared. Selecting the right firearm and ammunition requires careful consideration, but the question usually generates more uniform, strong opinions than helpful advice. To stay safe, you'll need to pack some good old-fashioned common sense and an effective, bear-stopping weapon. Not sure what guns and ammo you should tote into the backcountry? Don't worry, we've got you covered. 4570 Government. First adopted by the U.S. military in 1873, the 4570 Government has been one of the longest-standing big-game cartridges of all time. It's also been incredibly popular among Alaskan hunters and guides, especially in lever actions like Marlin's 1895 guide gun, which is compact, fairly lightweight, and highly maneuverable in close quarters. It's also capable of sending a massive projectile, like Buffalo Boar's 430-grain hard-cast bullet at roughly 2,000 FPS and 3,600 foot-pounds from the muzzle. Talk about stopping power. 454 Casull. Developed by Dick Casull and Jack Fulmer in 1957, the 454 Casull is a dangerous game hunter's dream come true. One of the more powerful handgun rounds available today, the 454 is capable of pushing a 300-grain Buffalo Bore bullet at 1,650 feet per second with 1,813 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. Ruger chambers the 454 Casull in both the Super Red Hawk with a 4-inch barrel and the Alaskan in the 3-inch variant, both of which are compact and easy to draw when things get up close and personal. Is it fun to shoot? Not at all. The beauty of the 454, however, is that you can practice with 45 Colt rounds and save yourself a bit of recoil trauma. 12-gauge slugs. The 12-gauge slug gun is by far one of the most popular choices for bear protection in the Alaskan bush. While it is extremely effective, the main reason it's been so widely used is because shotguns like the Remington 870 and Mossberg 500 are a fraction of the price of bolt guns, and, in turn, that's what the government has provided to its employees. Based on ballistic testing and field use, we recommend Brennick's Black Magic Magnum, or Duplex Monolith 32 Solid Steel Slug. The Black Magic Magnum is a 602-grain slug that carries 3,000 foot-pounds of energy at 1,500 feet per second, while the 495-grain Duplex leaves the muzzle at 1,410 feet per second with 2,180 foot-pounds of energy. 300 Hammer. There are a number of AR-15 compatible cartridges that you can hunt bears with, but this is my top choice. At bear baiting distances, the Wilson Combat 300 Hammer will do anything the 30-30 Winchester will, and from a lighter package that holds more ammunition. Attach a reflex sight, and you'll have a nimble rifle chambered for a cartridge that'll hammer black bears of any size. And if you need a quick second shot, nothing is faster than an AR-15. 44 Remington Magnum. Considered by many to be the minimum for big bear defense rounds, the 44 Remington Magnum was first introduced in 1955 for revolvers and gained widespread popularity in the 1970s thanks to Dirty Harry. While some may consider it the minimum, it's plenty powerful enough to stop an onerous bear. A 240-grain plus P Buffalo Bore projectile carries roughly 1,600 foot-pounds of energy at 1,550 FPS, which is more than double that of the 10mm and 4 times more energy than the 9mm. Available in shorter versions like the Smith & Wesson 629 with 4-inch barrel, the 44 Mag has a well-deserved reputation as a charge stopper. 357 Smith & Wesson Magnum. While some folks claim the 44 Magnum is the minimum for charging bears, many others have opted for a Glock 20 in 10mm auto, and, interestingly enough, passed right by the 357 Smith & Wesson Magnum. Several folks have even successfully killed bears with a 9mm. While a well-placed shot from a 10mm can no doubt do the trick, the 357 Mag has 780 foot-pounds of energy, while the 10mm has about 728 foot-pounds, both with a 180-grain Buffalo Bore bullet. The 357 is also available in smaller framed revolvers that fit smaller hands, making it ideal for women and less experienced shooters. Any way you slice it, the .357 Magnum has proven itself as a worthy close-range bear stopper. 6.5 Creedmoor. By far the hottest big game and long-range cartridge on this list, the 6.5 Creedmoor is also fully capable when it comes to stopping a charging bear. Similar to the .260 Rem in performance, the 6.5 sends a 140-grain bullet out the muzzle at 2,800 feet per second and 2,469 foot-pounds. More than enough to conquer long distances and, if necessary, bear encounters of the up-close and personal kind. Before you say, it's not enough gun for bears, especially the charging type, keep in mind that the Creedmoor gives you more than 3 times the energy as the .44 Mag, which is itself capable at close range against bears. That's a bit of an apple-to-oranges comparison, but it illustrates just how much energy is being delivered. 375 Holland & Holland's Magnum. One of the original belted rimless Magnum rifle cartridges, Holland & Holland's 375 is not only considered one of the best cartridges for hunting Africa, it also has a proven track record for lethality on large-bodied game in Canada and Alaska, including moose and bear. Popular among Alaskan guides and hunters, the 375 is capable of launching a 270-grain bullet at 4,300 foot-pounds and 2,700 feet per second, thus delivering massive energy on target. The first shot may end the charge, but doesn't always kill the bear, which means it's handy to have a rifle that can make the longer follow-up shot. 30-30 Winchester. That's right, the Dirty 30 is more than capable of taking a bear. I know what you're thinking, it's too anemic. It's an old-timer's deer rifle cartridge. While it is slower than many other modern rifle cartridges, the 30-30 Winchester has earned its place on this list over the last century by taking all kinds of North American big game animals. Bullet and powder technologies have come a long way since the first variant was introduced in 1895, and loads like Hornady's Lever Revolution are capable of sending a monoflex bullet at 2,465 feet per second, with 1,943 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. The venerable .44 Magnum, likewise, carries roughly 1,000 foot-pounds of energy and is a trusted bear handgun. Although, that to say, the 30-30 is more than enough for big bears. The 30-30 is also the classic lever gun cartridge and has lasted over a century.